Hello, everybody. Welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is how your purpose is changing. Okay, so there's something about your purpose, your path, that is currently shifting. All right, it's changing right now in some way. Right? It could be your perception of it. It could be the actual purpose itself. It could be an aspect of the purpose. But we're going to take a look and dive into that here for you guys today. And I just want to say that before I sat down, or while I was sitting down, I just felt this overwhelming sense of love and gratitude for my purpose and for what I do. And I get to be here with you guys and share this space with you and really dive into your energy, which I love so much. But underneath that, I do feel that there is a shift happening, right? There's something either being added onto or shifting, right? So let's take a look at that for you guys today, because obviously you're feeling something as well if you found yourself here at this reading today. All right, so we have 3 piles here for you guys today. I'm going to introduce your piles to you one at a time. We're also going to pick our numbers from 1 to 12, okay, for each pile. So since we have 3 piles here, each pile is going to have 4 numbers, okay. Now this could be a random number, a life path number, favorite number, birth month, birthday, an angel number you've been seeing, and completely up to you how you pick your pile today, okay. It's just an option for those who would like it. All right, so let's get right into it here today. I will introduce your piles one at a time, and then we will pick numbers for the pile, okay? So pile number 1, your stone is lapis lazuli. All right, and your significator card is the 6 of Wands. All right, and now we will pick numbers for pile number 1. All right, so pause the video here if you don't have your number yet. I'm going to close my eyes and pick my numbers. Okay, so we have 6, 4, 9, and 5. 6, 4, 9, and 5 for pile number 1. All right, pile number 2, we have the yellow adventurine. And the magician is your significator. All right, and your numbers for pile number 2. 1, 3, 7, and 2. 1, 3, 7, and 2. I'm noticing we got 4, 5, 6, and then 9 here, and we got 1, 2, 3, and 7 here, which is interesting. It's like 3 numbers in succession, and then a kind of a random odd number here. All right. Pile number 3 has this is like an orange salt stone, and I'm thinking it's a Himalayan salt. Okay. And the Hangman. All right, and your numbers for pile number 3 are 10, 8, 12, and 11. So again, yeah, 10, 11, 12, and then a random number 8. So it seems like things are like building, and then there's like a wild card thrown in. That's the kind of vibes that I'm getting. So it's like you're maybe building upon your purpose, right? And then there's just this like extra gift or this extra thing that gets added on or gets thrown your way, or like you go off on a kind of related but different path. Okay. So that's very cool. So anyways, I'll give you guys a few moments just to meditate on the piles here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is how your purpose is changing. Okay, so there's some kind of change on the horizon that is related to your purpose, whether that's the purpose itself, adding something onto that purpose, moving or shifting in a kind of new direction or new focus, or maybe it's your perception of that purpose that is shifting. We're going to take a look here today, all right? And we're going to do things a little bit differently today. You guys know how I like to switch it up. I'm going to have Spirit pick out some decks that we're going to use here today for you guys. I'm going to lay them all down. They're already drawing my attention to some here. So we're going to shuffle. I'm going to lay them down. And then we're going to read the full cohesive message here. Okay. So we've got some oracle decks, and then this is going to be your tarot deck here. And this is your stone, the lapis lazuli. So very psychic, right? Highly energetic, highly psychic stone. I'm just going to put it right here. Your numbers are 6, 4, 9, and 5. Your significator card is the 6 of Wands, which I'll put aside here. And then we'll just take out our oracles and we'll shuffle and see what we get. How your purpose is changing. How is pile 1's purpose changing? 6 of Wands, right, is a card of success. Okay, it's a card of success. It's a card of being recognized, right? We see two people kind of recognizing each other here, like seeing each other. So you could be getting seen, recognized, maybe in a more out there kind of way, or like maybe your work's getting out there more. You're going to get seen more or appreciated more. Maybe some work that you're doing is going to allow you to get that notoriety, okay, or you're coming into a new level of success. But let's take a look at how this is changing. Whatever is changing, it's definitely trying to bring you into more success here. More eyes on you. And maybe that's how it is changing, right? Maybe it's the amount of clients you're getting or appreciation you're getting at work. Let's see. Okay. That flipped right on our other deck. Are we going to take another one? I think we are going to take another one. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some. I was like, this feels very light here. I was missing like half the deck. All right. Okay, got two of those. Great. All right. So we have Rose, eternity, impossibility, and waiting. I'm just going to shift this up a little bit there. We have bridge, junctions, tests, and passages. You know what? I'm going to put this down here too. Look, there's like flowers in both of these. Beautiful. Bridge, junctions, tests, passages, roads, eternity, impossibility, waiting. There's also flowers in this card here. A lot of flowers. A lot of blooming. Okay. Okay, so we have perception. Remember I said how our perception might be changing about what it is we do, right? About our purpose or our passion, right? So we have the card of perception. Or maybe you're being perceived by people differently. And we have facade. Okay. We have motivation, more flowers, right? More flowers. There's also like a lot of blooming and flowers in this card too. This one's like without it. So that's interesting. Okay. And then we have change, which is also very reflective, a lot of nature here. Something about your motivation is changing. Okay. And then we have Orion, the wise healer, ancient gifts, ancient wisdom, mind-heart connection, mental energy, nature lover. So we have a lot of nature, right? So nature is definitely a big part of maybe how you see your gifts, or maybe going for walks in nature is a big part of getting back your motivation, right? There's something about the seasons changing, nature changing, that's bringing you motivation again. Okay. Nature lover, free spirit, healer, yang dominant, colorful, and weirdo. And we have Uranus, the light of illumination, the fool, a shaky rebirth, sudden and unpredictable changes, upheaval, rebellion, breakthroughs, awakening, liberation, eccentricity, and raw genius. So you have weirdo and you have eccentricity. Interesting. Okay. I'm getting the fact that I think you've been going through some changes in your life, right? Maybe internally or around your purpose, or around like how you fit in your purpose, or how your purpose fits in your life. Or your perception of like, am I doing the right thing, right? Or is this my path truly? There's something about almost like I'm getting, right, there's no leaves on this tree, right? Where that's the facade that maybe you're not doing anything good, or that this is not benefiting you, or it's not benefiting the world. It feels like that was the facade, and that's what's changing. There's something about your perceptions changing about your gift or your purpose, okay? That is actually is actually blooming. It is growing, right? It is something beautiful. It is something super beneficial and helpful, or of the light, right? You are a healer. You have these. Hey, so sorry about that. My camera's glitched out there. So I'm going to take that as a sign. Maybe we felt like we've been glitching out a bit, you know. I do see a lot of change here. We have a lot of change with the leaves. And it's interesting because we have facade, where it's almost like we've been going through a lot of changes. Maybe our purpose has been changing, but it really feels like it's almost an internal change, right? Within us. And the facade, right, is that there's no growth here, right? Or there's no progress, or nothing's happening, or it's not moving in the direction I wanted it to, or it's not progressing, right? And I think that is caused maybe a lack of motivation or a change in our perception. It's like we've been seeing it as like a bare or a barren land, or nothing's happening. You know, it's been maybe very quiet. We also have waiting here with rose, impossibility, eternity. Maybe it just feels like we've been really, we've been doing something for a long time, right? And it feels like an eternity, or like nothing's been happening for a long time. But I think that's all about to change, right? Your motivation's coming back. We're seeing a lot of blossoming, blooming, right? Your purpose almost glistening, gleaming, like you seeing it with new eyes, right? Your perception shifting about it. And I think you're going to recognize yourself, or your place in your purpose, or your place in the world, or what your purpose's place is in the world, right? With other people, and how it affects other people, and how it's recognized. Okay. There's something about you blooming and blossoming, and something about you shifting and changing. And so that's what this shaky rebirth too, is that I think you're having a rebirth, right? And that's going to mean your purpose is also having a rebirth, but how you see and perceive your place in it, or your purpose's place in the world, is also shifting, right? We have junctions, tests, and passages with bridge, meaning you're literally passing over a bridge, right? We've been going through some tests, maybe some tests about our resolve, our dedication, our loyalty to the path in certain ways, right? Which has affected maybe our motivation, our sense of self, or a sense of clarity along this purpose, right? But it says the wise healer, right? The wise healer, ancient gifts. You have an ancient gift. You have a beautiful, strong, worthy, passionate gift, right? But it's going through a rebirth. You are going through a rebirth. And so you're probably going through maybe a lot of upheavals, a lot of awakenings, right? But it's also going to come with liberation. So it's almost like you are changing from the inside out. You might be unlocking also some more gifts along your path, some ancient gifts because of this rebirth. It's like you have been going through this personal awakening, right? That is changing you, it's changing your life, it's changing your gifts. So I feel like there's been so much upheaval, so much shift, so much change that it's almost made you feel like, oh my gosh, is everything, coming down, or is everything dying, or is everything, being torn away, or is there nothing here left for me to do, right? So there's something that it almost feels like with the spring, right? Because I'm getting all these flowers and all these blossomings. We're getting a lot of nature. There's almost like you've been going through a winter, right? You've been going through a big death and rebirth. And so with the change of seasons, I think you're about to get a lot more motivation. And I think you're about to see this in a new light, right? You're about to see it for the gem that it truly is, for you, the gem that you truly are, and your role to play in this. right? And you're going to see the fruits of your labor really blossoming and blooming, and the beauty in it. It's like you're crossing over the bridge. You're having a passage to the other side where you're going to have a lot more success, notoriety, recognition for your gifts, right? Having the Fool, right? A brand new path, and a new way of looking at this thing, and a new way of feeling into it. So let's get our tarot cards here. Okay, they came out all in one bunch. So that's nice. So there might be a lot, because it's also getting that with this Uranus, right? You're probably someone who's very unique. You do things your own way. It's very different. And so when things are like all this is upheaval or all this change is going on, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm ready for anything here. Like if anything happens, I'm ready for it. Like I don't know what's going on. But it could also be really affecting your confidence, right? And with all these cards coming out at the same time, it feels like there could be a lot that shifts all at once for you, right? There could be a lot shifting all at once. And so it really feels discombobulating, right? It really feels like ungrounding. But that's all about to shift. Okay, you're going to see the gifts. You're going to see the reasons why all these shifts have been changing, but it's all going to come into a grounding place, right? Into a place of like, okay, I'm out of that, right? It feels good. Here we are. I see again, right? I see the motivation. I see the purpose. I see the beauty. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Star. We have the Emperor. See, with all these masks, and he's like looking at them all like or which mask do I put on? Or I'm, all of these things. So that could be, it feels a little bit of a confusion for sure. We have Justice. Yeah, again, the blindfold. We have Death. So again, with that transformation and that change. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So another card of shifting, changing. There's something about who you are as a leader, right? Again, with this Uranus, I'm getting that with the Emperor, because the Emperor can be a rebel, right? Someone who goes out, does their own path, makes their own success, right? Without a lot of, he has no one to really compare himself to, because he's literally doing something completely of his own, right? That no one else has done before. He's going down a path no one else has gone down before. So I see him almost considering all of these things, or all of these changes, or him going through his own shift and change within. We see all these masks, all these selves, all these egos, right? We see with the Death card here, it's like something about you is shifting and changing. You're like, who am I in all of this, right? Where do I belong? And what is my purpose? Like, it can feel very like you feel lost. Like, is this still something that I'm doing, or I should do, or I should focus on? Right? Justice is here to say that balance will be brought to you, and that clarity will come to you. Okay. And success, it's like you will ground yourself again. The Emperor is grounding. He's confident. He's stable, right? But we can see him considering, and even the Emperor goes through his own shifts and changes and questioning himself and questioning his path. Am I doing the right thing, right? And so, not really able to see maybe where this is going, or where this is taking him, or even where he's leading himself, right? And so, but I really feel that balance is coming in here, and that with the Knight of Swords is that there's this going to be this newfound sense of clarity and direction, right? This pathway. And it, with the Knight, it almost feels like we are learning something new, or we are gaining something, taking action almost in new ways, or there's this newfound motivation, right? Where it's like, okay, the dream is now clear, or my path is now clear with the star. My direction, or where I want to take this, is now clear. It feels grounded. I feel less confused, right? Just because you yourself have been going through something. And so all of these shifts and changes within you and within your life have kind of made you feel a little bit disconnected. But that is I think it's really within yourself, right? And these are good, positive changes, right? This is about you awakening into a new version of yourself, into an even stronger leader, right? And aligning with your purpose and your passion on an even stronger degree, right? To an even stronger degree, where you're really going to see the gifts that you hold. And I think you're even going to be gaining new gifts that you're going to be trying out, or deepening in some gifts, right? Ancient gifts here that are going to really help push you, motivate you in the right directions, right? And nature lover, there's definitely something here about you connecting with nature more, or recognizing that nature is a place in which you can connect to your gifts more clearly, more frequently, and will help you to really ground, right, into what it is you do, and feeling that purposefulness, right? So this is an inward change more than your purpose itself actually shifting. I think you're deepening into your gifts. I think there could be some new gifts that come about, but for the most part, this is about you coming back into balance and grounding into who you are, into your leadership, into clarity, right, about those gifts, and feeling less like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Is this all coming down? Is this all coming apart? It's like, no, that's just more of you, right? But in a very good way. There's more of an inner shift, an inner alignment, and we're coming back into this alignment, right? We're coming out of this winter, out of these really big rebirths, and finding our raw genius again, right? Our eccentricity, our rebellious spirit again, where it's like, no, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. You can even be trying out new, aspects of your path, or trying different things, right? And because even if you need some changes and shift, I think those are good things to try out, and they'll just further you along. You're meant to gain more recognition, right? You're meant to shine more. But I think you're meant to continue along this path within the purpose that you hold. It's just you are becoming more whole as a wise healer, as a leader, as a way shower, as a raw genius, rebellious soul, right? You're here to liberate. You yourself are having breakthroughs, right? So yeah. This is beautiful. This is about you coming back into balance, and your purpose coming back into balance, and it feeling good again, and it feeling clear again, and it feeling exciting again, and motivated again, and beautiful, right? And worthy, and you just feeling really grateful along your path. You're going to start seeing more things blossom and bloom and grow in a really beautiful way that also helps you want to put more of yourself into it. All right? So I hope this reading was helpful for you today, pile number 1. I really loved it. I think this is a beautiful message, and I really hope it was something that you needed to hear at this time. Please let me know in the comments if it was. And also let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own personal situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. I also offer quantum healing, okay, which is a type of hypnosis or deep meditation where we can visit past lives. We can look at blockages. Okay, we let your subconscious basically take us on a vision quest and show us what needs to be seen in order for us to heal or move past something. There are endless intentions that we can go into this and uncover. All right, so you can check that out on my website, which is linked down below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile number 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. All right, we're going to take a look at how your purpose is changing. All right, so this could be your actual purpose itself shifting, changing. It could be new aspects coming online. It could be your focus changing. It could even be your perception around your purpose that's changing. But we're going to take a look at what this is for you, okay? So you guys have the yellow aventurine for your stone. And your numbers are 2, 1, 3, and 7. Your significator card is the magician, okay, which I'm going to place right here. And we're doing things a little bit differently today. I'm going to pull some oracle cards, and we're gonna lay everything out together and kind of get a big picture here to see how your purpose is changing, is shifting at this time. Okay, are we just gonna do one? Yeah, just one of those. Okay. The magician. I really like this magician because it's like, looks like a city boy, right? He's got cool graffiti on his back wall. It's very creative. Like he's in his zone, right? With his headphones on. He's got his coffee there. He's in the zone, right? And there's a light being shone on something. So it almost looks like he's discovering something. Maybe this makes me feel like, if you've ever, okay, this is my own, oh, and it looks like it says rebel, but I don't think it does. It makes me think of like a new skill. You try something out. Like it reminds me of one time I used one of those like DJ pads, like to make like house music and stuff. And I tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun, you know. And you just discover, and you're like, oh my god, I'm good at this, you know. And you're just like playing with something. So it almost feels like that. Like it feels like there's something new that you're trying out. You're like, oh my gosh, I could really do something with this. Maybe it's a new format, a new, you know, a new medium of something, a new, you know, like department, right? And you're like, oh, I didn't know I was good at this. I didn't know this could be something, a thing that I could do, right? It feels like you're discovering some magic about yourself or about your path that you didn't know was there. It almost feels like, yeah, like a surprise. Okay, let's get 2 of those. Okay. All right, let's start. We'll start here. So you have the castle, fortitude, ascendancy, and endings. Ascendancy. Okay. We have grief. We have abundance. Look at that. See how you're finding something? It's like you're discovering something here. Some kind of treasure. Discovering something. Okay, so we have moods. Comfort. We have 10th house, okay, working your way to the top. I love how we have castle with ascendancy, right? We're ascending, and then we have working your way to the top, right? Someone who's ascended to the top. So we have the devil in the world, success, recognition, status, authority, exposure, ambition, reputation, position, government, father, dominant parent. Okay. And then we have Chiron, the wounded healer, transforming pain, right? Grief into growth, into abundance. Wow, beautiful. Emotional and spiritual wounds, inner trauma, deep struggles, healing wisdom, insights, healing power, key to helping others. Cool. Just move these down a bit. Yeah, this reminds me of like there's like the seasons, like the many seasons, the many moods of something, right? It's like we may have been in a time of grief and sadness and loss, right? Or just healing. It may have felt like, because we have fortitude here, right? It may have felt like something felt very far away, a goal, right? A dream, a wish, or a destination with the castle, right? Felt very far away from us. And yeah, that may have made us feel sad, or some loss happened and it just made this, maybe our purpose or a goal around our purpose feel even further from our grasp, right? But there's something here that there's a shift, right? There's a shift in the mood. And it could be a level of a feeling of comfort, right? A feeling of home within what it is you do, right? Or abundance, that feeling of safety and comfort that kind of success gives you, right? Or like more money gives you, because maybe you can do more things with it. You can feel, you can, get a place that is yours. You can feel, maybe get something that you need. He has a computer here. Maybe he's able to do his work better because of, he's been able to purchase something that is for him to get to where he wants to go, right? So there's something blossoming around your path. There's an ending around some kind of grief, right? Around some kind of pain or some kind of difficulty that has made something feel out of reach or very far away from us. And I feel like you're really discovering how to use something to your benefit, right? How to use some kind of pain, loss, grief toward your 10th house, towards your growth, right? Towards your career, using it for abundance. So for you, I almost feel like there's more of an integration with how your Chiron, your pain is going to be used into growth financially toward within your purpose. So it almost feels like there's a discovery or an awakening or an opening up that's shifting things for you. It's like there's a shift in the moods. There's a shift into feeling more safe and at home within yourself and within your purpose, right? We're ascending to the castle, right? To the goal, to the top. Okay, it's time to ascend, and it's time to use the things that hurt us in our lives, right? That caused us grief and pain toward our abundance. And it's like we're using these things as tools in order to gain, right? We're using the tools we have in order to gain more, abundance, status, recognition, success, Okay, so it's time for more success. It's time to funnel our wounds into our growth. All right. So let's get our tarot cards and see what other information we can get here. I really feel like you're coming more into an empowered state. With the Magician, it's like, oh man, look at all these tools I have, right? Look at how I could use these tools to further myself along my path, right? To grow, right? Whereas other people may get lost in the grief and lost in the pain, and like there's this feeling of loss, right? Maybe you yourself have felt this sense of great loss and pain, but now are being more almost crafty with it. We also see a home here for sale, so that could be a big thing. Is that you really just feel like you need this comfort or this sense of belonging or home in order to, or this is your motivation perhaps, right? To push you in this direction, but there is an ascension, all right? You are ascending. It's time to climb or climb further, okay? We really are getting to the castle, right? But we're empowering ourselves along the way, using these things that, you know, a lot of people maybe would have let stop them or deter them, and you're using it to actually grow you, to push you, to motivate you, right? To create more growth in your life within your purpose. So that's why, right? It's key to helping others. This is your healing power. Your struggles are your key, right, to this growth, to this climb. Yeah. And I think your mood around it is switching from maybe the grief or the pain or focusing on that to focusing on the empowerment, right? On pushing you forward, on motivating you. Okay, motivating you forward. How can I use these things to grow my channel? How can I use these things to, you know, to help people, right? What I've been through. Can this help somebody else, right? In what ways can this darkness or this pain help somebody, right? And maybe this is like something more recent for some, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, like how is this, how am I going to get out of this? And it's like, use it, right? Use it. Okay, so we have Temperance. Yeah, that's the alchemization, right? That's the process. That's transmuting pain into growth, right? It's the patience, the healing, the focus, okay, the transmutation. Three of Pentacles, working with other people, right? How can I turn my pain into something helpful and useful in order to help others, right? To teach others, to share with others, to show others the way, right? To point them in the right direction. We have the Ten of Wands, right? This feeling of burden, of heaviness, of worry, okay? Like, this does not feel comfortable, right? This feels very overwhelming and like I'm doing it all on my own, or I don't know what to do with all of this stuff, right? King of Wands, finding that confidence, that determination again, right? After a long time of feeling very overwhelmed or overloaded, burdened. It's like, look at all these papers stacked up. And then look how the King of Wands has it all laid out. Like taking control again, right? Finding our way again, finding our path, our fire, our confidence, right? Having that passion where we don't feel so overwhelmed, where we lay everything out. How can I use this to gain in my life, right? How can I use this towards the good? How can I help others with this, right? How can I transmute this pain into success, into wealth, into growth, into motivation for myself, right? Into motivation for others. And then we have the 9 of Cups, right? Into my dream, into happiness, into fulfillment, into success. Look at, like, he's got lots of food here, right? He's eating good, right? He's drinking good. He's got it all, right? So beautiful. So your path, your purpose is shifting right now. And I think the big part of the shift was this grief that you went through, this difficult time that you've been going through, right? This feeling like this castle has been very difficult to penetrate, right? This path has been very difficult to get there. But all of the challenge that you've been going through was to help strengthen your fortitude, help strengthen your self, your confidence, okay? And it was only meant to be overwhelming for a time, but this was always meant to be healed, to be alchemized, right? So that we could then figure out how I can help others go through this in a better way, or show them a better way, or tell them about my life, right? How I was able to get through it, maybe how I found comfort, how I transmuted it, right? And then I lay it all out and I look at how is my pain going to help other people? And that is your purpose, or that is how your purpose is shifting. It's furthering you into the wish, right? It is allowing you to penetrate, to ascend towards the castle, right? To come into that empowered state, to achieve your wish, to achieve your dream, to gain in abundance, to work your way to the top, right? Where you're eating good, where you're on top of things again, where things feel balanced and comfortable. And I'm working with other people, right? We're working together, we're collaborating, where I'm helping people. And I don't feel so like I'm doing it all on my own, or I'm overwhelmed, right? Maybe this is you, working with others in some way, collaborating with others in a way that's like, it doesn't, feel so heavy anymore. Things feel very manageable. I'm on top of it. Okay. So I want to get one last message for you guys, actually. I just want to show you the bottom of the deck energy here is the 6 of Swords, right? So again, we're seeing this like house. Maybe you've had to do a lot of moving, or maybe it's time to move. Maybe it's time for us to get into our own place, right? Into a place of comfort, into a place of stability, right? The grief, it's time for it to end, and it's time for us to be empowered. We're moving into a more peaceful state, into a more balanced state, right? Purposeful state. So let's just get advice. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. So we have a young man stealing someone's phone out of their bag, or something out of their bag. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. And look at that, 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. Beautiful. 5 of Swords. Look, you're meant to win here, right? And look, you have people looking on of like awe and admiration, right? You're meant to win. You're meant to overcome whatever this grief was, whatever this difficulty was. You are meant to grow something. You're meant to receive abundance. You're meant to have a lot of wealth here, right? A lot of growth. And so if you've been taken advantage of, right? If something's happened that left you feeling really defeated, right? Really low, okay? Use that to push you forward. This is time for determination, right? And this is changing, and your mood around this will change, right? You are going to almost use this to push you, right? To run forward on something, or to make change around this, right? It's like sometimes our purpose is found through something difficult, because we have to be affected by it ourselves personally in order to feel motivated enough or determined enough to make change around this thing. So sometimes something difficult has to happen to motivate us in order to want to help ourselves or help other people. And this is why it's so connected with your purpose. And this is meant to move you toward your purpose and build and grow and strengthen and ground you further into this purpose, or open you up to this mastery. It was always here to push you along, right? To push you in this direction, to motivate you. Okay, it wasn't meant to keep you down. It was here to help you grow into something, or grow something into what it was meant to become. Okay, masterful, purposeful, helpful. Okay, so pile number 2, that was your reading today. What a beautiful reading it was. I absolutely loved it. I hope you did as well, and I hope it was helpful for you along your path at this time, and kind of the shifts that you might be feeling within your purpose, within your growth personally. Okay, and I just want to thank you for coming to this reading today, and I really hope to see you on the next one. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to know more about your own situation, you could book a personal reading with me, down in the description box. You can also book what's called a quantum healing session with me, which is like a hypnosis or a deep meditation. We can visit past lives. We go in with basically your intention, right? And we can uncover many, many things through your subconscious mind via blocks, what's blocking you, memories, how to get past certain things within our path, within our minds. There are endless things that we can uncover that might be standing in your way, and kind of helping us to gain a deeper understanding about what it is that we desire, or what it is that we're afraid of, and move past it. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope to see you guys on the next one. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. All right, this is how your purpose is changing. Now, this could be your purpose itself, but this could also be an aspect of it, a direction that it's going. It could be your perception around it. We're going to take a look at how this is shifting for you in your personal situation. Okay, you guys have this orange rock salt here, this Himalayan rock salt. You have 10, 8, 12, and 11 as your numbers. Your significator card is the Hanged Man. Okay, and I'm just going to put this over here. I'm also going to keep your tarot deck aside for now. We're going to take some oracle cards, lay them all out, and kind of get the big picture here. We're doing things a little bit differently today. All right. I'm getting a new perspective. There might be a big perspective shift because I'm getting, see how she's lying here? There's almost like an arrow pointing the other way, and she's almost like seeing something differently. But we'll get more information here. Okay. So we have diadem, wonder, aura, nobility. It's pretty cool. Maybe you're seeing your own role differently in your purpose. Perspective shift, change. Okay, so we have abundance. Pile 2 also had this card. You guys are getting, are we taking these? Yeah, we're going to also take these 2. guess we're going to take that. Okay. All right, just that one. All right, so I'll show you this one since it flipped out already. We have Mercury, light of the messenger, clear your mind. With the magician, communication, mind, thoughts, intellect, information, reason, memory, perception. See, we have perception, okay? Opinions, ideas, lying, trickery. All right, we have cleanse and manifestation. Beautiful. A lot of yellow. See, we have the gold from the crown. You also have the solar plexus here with abundance. And we have the yellow in the cleanse with the lemons. We have the yellow with the bees and the beehive and the crown. So a lot of solar plexus. So almost like you finding your power again, like your energy cleansing. Maybe your solar plexus is cleansing, right? And you're finding your power, your outward motivation, your outward action, right? Towards your manifestation. We have the worker bee. The solar plexus is very masculine, right? It's very outward driven. So we could have felt like we've been in a stuck position, right? Maybe held in place for a while to shift our perspective, right? But it's almost time to push forward and almost gain. It's like our energy was being cleansed, our perception was being cleansed, our aura, right? We have aura here, is being cleansed to kind of maybe see ourselves or our role to play, our queen, energy, our king energy in this, right? What I deserve, what I am. Clear your mind. Oh, and we have clear your mind and we have cleanse. So there's something about, the perception, the mind being cleansed around the manifestation, around the drive. Okay. Yeah, so we have insecurity, okay? And we have despondence. Yeah, so there was something here about an insecurity almost making us look at our purpose. See, we have, this isn't, maybe it is the world, but it's not quite the world, but it almost looks like the world, and we have the world here. We also have this like blue circle here. So it's almost like you were looking at your purpose or this world that you're a part of negatively because of an insecurity that we had maybe about ourselves or about our worthiness, right? With nobility, our worthiness to kind of maybe hold this place or hold this space or have this manifestation within our purpose, right? Maybe have this level of power, have this level of maybe notoriety or fame or position, high position. It was almost as though, or maybe we hadn't, it was around abundance, like what we deserve, or a negative viewpoint of money, or of power, right? Of position. So, excuse me, I'm just gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Cleanse, right? We had to cleanse our energy, cleanse our mind, clear our mind of our perception of how we were seeing our role, right? Our part to play. Maybe it was how we were seeing the world really affected us. And it's like, oh man, do I deserve to do this? Or am I powerful enough to do this, to help other people, or to have this manifestation? Is this right? Is this good? Is, having this amount of happiness or money or power or wealth, right? Okay. So something about our perception was needing to shift and change. So that is what is changing about you in your path, is your perception. Okay, it's an insecurity that's coloring your path, your purpose. Okay, and so we're clearing our mind so that we're no longer lying or tricking ourselves, okay, through maybe other people's opinions or our own opinions. Maybe it's affected by what's going on in the world, or the haves and the have-nots, like that kind of type of thinking, perhaps. It's like this little devil is playing a trick on us to make us feel unworthy. Okay, So what needs to happen is a cleansing of this, and a new motivation, right? A going towards and putting the crown on, saying, I'm deserving, right? I'm worthy of this manifestation, of this abundance, of this power, right? You really are, okay? You really, really are. So let's get your tarot cards and get some more information here. Okay. Oh, this is a lot. Are we going to take these? Yeah, just those two. Okay. All right. So we have Temperance. Okay. Also, pile 2 had Temperance as their first card out, and they also had the Abundance card. So there could be a message in there for you. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Yep, pile 2 also had 10 of Pentacles. Check it out. Okay. So you're meant to have great abundance, right? You're meant to have plenty in your life. You're meant to have a lot of wealth and success. Okay. That's just part of your path. It's part of your purpose, right? The Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. You really are meant to grow this. You're meant to live a very comfortable life, okay? And this path, this purpose that you are aligned with is taking you there, okay? It is part of that. And you might be, having a little bit, or been in a time of pause, or been in a time of reflection of like, is this good for the world, or is this good for me? Yeah, you could have been having a bit of a loss, or what do I want to say? Like almost like losing the reason why you're doing something, right? It's like just questioning maybe motivation, or questioning, is this still good for the world, right? Or is this still good, something of goodness, okay? And it is with Temperance, okay? It's about patience, right? Which maybe you've been in a state of stillness, okay? And it's changing, something's cleansing, your mind's cleansing around this, and you're about to shift into a lot more abundance within this manifestation. We had to clear some kind of insecurity, right? Or some negative viewpoints in how we were seeing what we're doing, or how we're seeing the world. Okay, some shifts needed to occur. And so what's changing is that maybe the crown's being put back on, or you are rising to a new level of success once you come back out of this cleansing, right? Out of this shift of mind, right? And clearing our mind, clearing our thoughts and our voice, right? Cleansing. And then we can come back into this with full force, right? So Temperance, healing, moderation, coming back into balance, alchemizing, right? So we're coming back into balance. Three of Cups, right? We're connecting again, right? Connecting maybe with people again, or with friends again, or finding our gratitude for ourselves, or for our path, or like the people that we work with, the people that we're surrounded by, our support system. It almost just feels like there's this release, right? Or this relief of like, okay, we're back. It's feeling good again. I'm feeling good again. Maybe I'm spending more time, out enjoying myself, and that's really helping me find myself again, or finding my path again, or feeling cleansed here, because you are building something really huge, right? Really, really big, something really worthwhile. She's singing, or whistling, right? Or humming, but it reminds me of like whistle while we work, right? We whistle while we work to make the work go by, in a nicer way, in a more fun way. So in her mind, you can tell she's enjoying herself, right? She's enjoying her day. She's enjoying her mind, her state of mind. She's singing. It's like you deserve to have a joyful state of mind, or it's meant to feel good, right? And so maybe that means going out with friends more, or relaxing more, or like detaching, right? More from the seriousness of it all. And that's really going to help you build in abundance, or build this legacy even more so. But it's definitely meant to be shared here. It's meant to be built upon, right? It's meant to grow. It's meant to help other people. So you really do help other people. You help your immediate friends, your immediate family, other people. Maybe this is meant to grow into a much larger, world community, right? So you're maybe meant to create this thing, right? We have the crown here, which is, kings and queens. They have a large group of people that they help, hopefully, but you are that, right? That they consider, a larger family. It's their the people that surround them. And so you're meant to have a lot of abundance and a lot of wealth from this thing, but you're also meant to help a lot of people through it. So don't look at it through, a negative viewpoint, or like, well, do I deserve this? Or, maybe because so-and-so doesn't have, is this right? Whatever it might be that you're questioning within yourself, your motivations, right? You are doing something for the greater good. This is part of doing something for the greater good, not just for yourself, but you are meant to also benefit from this. Okay, so don't feel bad. That's trickery. That's trickery, trying to poke at your heart, right? To make you feel like you're not improving the world, or you're not improving life, or you're not improving other people's lives, right? To bring you down, right? Don't let that happen. You are meant to come up. You truly do deserve to wear the crown. Okay, you do deserve to have this wealth and this growth and this beautiful manifestation of yours, or this direction of this path, right? It's meant to be big. It's meant to help a lot of people. You are meant to enjoy yourself and enjoy this path, and whistle, and have fun doing it, right? And live well off of it, okay? Because you are helping so many, because there are so many people who you surround yourself with, or who get something deeply, valuable out of what it is you provide, okay? So you're just meant to come into a lot more growth. That's what's changing. There's a lot more growth here. And you're meant to know that I'm okay. I'm doing the right thing, right? I'm wearing the crown. My aura is good. My aura is cleansed, right? I deserve this, okay? So pile number 3, that was your reading today. And I hope it was something you needed to hear. I hope it was helpful for you at this time. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Also let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me. You can also book what's called a quantum healing session, where it's a bit of a hypnosis or a deep meditation that I take you under. We explore your subconscious mind, and we're kind of taken on a vision quest together, and we can look at past lives. We go in with an intention, so we can heal things, we can look at blockages, we can overcome, or we can just experience some very beautiful moments and experiences, and see what we can uncover, okay? So it is endless what we can uncover. Anyways, if you'd like to know more about that, you can go to my website, which is linked down below. Other than that, I will see you on the next one, pile number 3. All of my love.